I wanted to talk today about anxiety and the kind of anxiety you get when things seem kind of out of order. They're not in sync, they're not sequential, right? Is that right? I think that's right. Anyway, about a month ago, almost a month ago, my daughter and I talked and we decided that it'd probably be a good idea for her to move into this house. And so we're going to be living together for a little bit. And I think it's going to work out really good. We're doing the same things. We're running, we're on keto. We just be that support for each other on that trail and on that journey that life has to offer. So I told her she could have the middle bedroom, which we are now in, which is the room that she and I painted, and then I put the floor in, and now I'm doing the closet. And so there was nowhere for her to put her stuff because the other room was still kind of sort of office-y, and the other room was my bedroom that has the private bath. Okay. Well then, after I looked at the front bedroom, I realized it has more light, and I have problems with a little bit it being too dark, like all the smoke and all the stuff that was going on in this area really was hard on me. And so I thought, okay, I'll take that front bedroom. It's the one I like better anyway. So then I had to go into my room, try to move it into this room, which has already been painted and everything's done in it more or less. And so that looks really great. But then that back bedroom had to be painted, which meant that nothing of hers, and we moved an apartment in to this house, had anywhere to go. Now I have a ranch style house, 3 bedroom, 2 baths, but the only place to go is in the living room, and that is everything in the living room. And as you probably saw in my doggy video, and I'll put a link to that, it showed my living space all being kind of in order, and now it's totally out of order. Not only is it out of order, but I kind of tried to figure out how we put 2 households into one. Neither one of us should have as much stuff as we have. So there's lots of donations going to be happening because we need to do that. And so I'm looking at all this stuff thinking, okay, now. And the other day I noticed my hands started shaking, my head was shaking more, and I realized that I was having these little mini panic attacks. Because I look at it, I see it. Now, as up as I am on mental health, you would think, well, some of you would think, that this wouldn't keep happening. But it does. We have to always, when you have mental health issues, you have to always stay on top of it. You have to always be ready to handle it, right? But I wasn't. So even now, today, I was trying to take all the closet space and put it into my 2 closets into my 1 closet, which is only like a half closet. And I just realized still too much stuff. But what do I get rid of? Some of this stuff is my mom's. Some of the clothes that she gave me. Some of the things I treasure. But I can't use. And so I started having panic attacks and wanting to cry out of nowhere and just looking at it. And so I decided that what I was going to do is work 2 hours every day at just on getting this house in order. That may not seem like a lot to some of you, but when you're having to go through the things that are near and dear to you, and that someone that you love gave you, and you may not be able to keep all of it, it takes time. And if I go too fast, then I start feeling panicky. Yeah, it'll all be done, but it's the same thing like if you were to hoard a lot of stuff, you had trouble cleaning your home, whatever that is, right? All of it's there and it's so overwhelming, and you got to do small chunks. Now we've all seen the shows where they race in, they bring the cleaning crew, and they just go bam. And you see these people shaking and nervous going, no, 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 stop, 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 stop. Because it's too much. But, of course it's too much. Of course it's too much. So this is what I know about where I'm at. I gotta take it in small chunks. So that's where I am in my life right now. So the dogs were restless because they couldn't get back. Lillian, my saint, couldn't get back to her bed that's on top of the ottoman in the corner where she has a little private space. She couldn't get back to it. And that's where all her little babies were. Not real babies, but her little stuffed animals. And Ranger watches out for the house. And he couldn't get to the window up on the little couch that he looks out of to keep us safe. So not only was I having small panic attacks, all of a sudden, Ranger was chewing shoes, my center, right? Going into the trash every day. He ate open a bottle of kind of vitamin type mixed stuff, which he didn't eat that part, but he did chew on that and spread it everywhere, just spreading the love. And so while we're making these massive changes to try to work our world, then my dogs are having a terrible time. So Susie started talking to me and we started realizing what was happening. And she goes, Mom, you're having panic attacks. And I'm like, I am. I'm better than this. I know to take care of myself. And yet it got away from me. And so what does that look like? I start wanting to eat things that are bad for me. I was so good this time. So that's not as much of a concern. I start shaking a lot. My head starts shaking because it's just a nerve thing. And then I just start feeling out of control and like I have no control of anything. And then my animals feel out of control. And then the world around me seems out of control. And then I just sit and go, please, 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 please get back under control. What the heck? So, anxiety is a real thing. It happens within our brains, it happens within our bodies, and our mental state manifests in our physical state. And it's something that we have to realize. So we might be more apt to pick fights with people, arguments. We may act as if we don't have as much control, a little more impulsivity. Now I'm lucky, some of these things don't hit me. They used to, but they don't now. But one thing I noticed is I got to keep on top of my panic attacks. I got to call them for what they are and not just say I'm just so stressed, because it's panic. It's panic that my life will never go back to being whatever I thought it was. But it's only going to go better. So, last week you didn't see videos. You saw one. Oh, that darn duck. And then the next video, a bee attacked me. And then, right? And I'll link those so you'll be able to see them. But I think that's the thing, isn't it? Because if I go through panic attacks, everything kind of stops. You know, I did the floor, and that helped keep me in some semblance of being able to do it. But then past that, it just goes away. So, I just want to let you guys know what's going on. The videos are recommencing. I'm getting like a great thing today. It's coming. I can't wait. And then I'll do a review on that. I'm hoping it's going to be really great. I'm trying to up my game. and we're just going to start going, and then maybe at some point my living room will become habitable again, and then we'll be doing that. I'm going to tell you a secret. When you name something, when you can say, this is what's happening, so much easier to move past and go, oh, panic attack. I know they say you can't control those things, but when I realized what it was so calming. It was like, oh, thank goodness. Because panic attacks, while they manifest real things, they're looking through something in a distorted fashion, right? I don't know, might not be the real way to say that. When you have a panic attack, it comes on, you panic, but if you know that's what's happening, there are certain steps you can do to get rid of them. Me is setting out a plan and knowing I'll stick to that plan. And being ADHD, because this is all a great thing, I do my plans differently. So I do a little here, a little there, a little here, a little there, and I slowly see my world evolve and where it's supposed to be. It's an okay do. I like it. Okay, I love you, you know it, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.